Hello, loves. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am so happy that you are here and that you chose to click play on this video and join me in our community on this channel. If you have not already clicked subscribe, make sure you do that right now on the button below. I love building out this community, and having you here alongside me for the ride means the absolute world to me. And I also know that there's so much value for you here in this channel, on this community, where we are really talking about how you can create your intentional time freedom lifestyle, where you can actually create a life that involves taking breaks, having rest, not this constant go, 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 and really allows you to have the techniques and tools to get you off this hamster wheel. So make sure you check the comments below, especially if I forget some things, because this is a very impromptu, intuitive video, as well as checking the comments below for the incredible freebies that you can hop on, including a free masterclass training that gives you the exact framework that you need to step into your time freedom lifestyle, taking back your time, ditching the time scarcity, as well as some other incredible courses that you can hop on for a very low price, and also some incredible bonus opportunities to work with me in group coaching opportunities or booking your one-on-one session. So you can do all of that below. And what I really want to talk to you today about is New Year's Eve and how you're spending your New Year's Eve. And I literally am in the middle of my New Year's Eve right now. It is 11:15. So we have just over an hour until we ring in 2022. And I just want to share what I'm doing for my New Year's this year, because it's very, very different. I've never done anything like this before. And I want to just walk you through it and give you potentially some other ways to see how you want to be spending your New Year's, or just some other ideas about how you can see the new year. New Year's Eve has always been, or used to be, a very kind of heart-tearing holiday for me, mostly because I was a super over-analytical person, and feeling the passage of time, and maybe you can relate to this too, was a really hard thing for me to process. And that basically meant that the end of the year would come and I would feel just very nostalgic and sad, and I would think, I really didn't use my time as well as I could have, or I didn't achieve these things, or oh my gosh, it's almost my birthday again and I'm going to be a year older. And it really put me in this cycle of kind of anxiety about the passing of time. And I really, really believe that I'm not alone in that, where we just kind of feel like time is running out. And so the new year can kind of be that tricky thing then around looking back at that year and feeling that way, but then also wanting to look forward into the new year and get excited about the things that you want to create. And then again, there might be some fears coming up around, oh my God, I need to do all these things. And so that's really the place that I used to be in around New Year's, which meant that I needed to be in an environment during New Year's that distracted me. And I made sure that that was the case, right? And that's a lot of the times what we do on New Year's. And it's an amazing time to celebrate. Don't get me wrong. I love a good party, and there's nothing wrong with celebrating in that form. But this year I did choose to do something a little bit different. For the first time ever, I chose to do a solo New Year's Eve party, which means quite literally that I am spending tonight by myself. And when I first shared this with my family members and people who are in the surrounding areas right now where I am, geographically speaking, who I probably would have otherwise spent this evening with, there were a few kind of comments around, oh, like, that's sad, or like, why are you doing that? Like, we kind of have this perception that being alone, especially on a holiday like tonight, is sad. And I just want to share with you my perspective on that, because that is absolutely not how I'm seeing it at all. It actually has been something that I've really been looking forward to have this evening where I can really create these intentional rituals and tap into what I want to create in this new year. Wasn't planning on creating a video for you tonight, but here we are. And like I said, in the past, when I had this kind of like tearing thought process and feeling around New Year's Eve, being alone would have made me feel really sad. And I would have rung in the new year and been like, oh my God, this is like, woe is me. And I probably would have thrown more of a pity party than a solo, celebratory party. So all of this is really to just say, there are different ways that you can approach this time of year. And I want to just walk you through what I did tonight and what I'm doing tonight, because I think that it's really beneficial for us to talk about this and for us to normalize having this time and space where you can be alone and really make it a powerful experience for you to reconnect with yourself, to reconnect with what it is that you're wanting to create. And yes, New Year's Eve is the holiday that we're talking about, but I think it's really important just to note that it doesn't need to be New Year's Eve. Maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's a Christmas holiday or another religious holiday that you celebrate, or anniversary, and you don't like being alone on that anniversary, but how can we kind of shift that thinking to make it a really empowering experience for you? So what I did tonight is, first and foremost, I got dressed up. I made a reel about this on Instagram, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, make sure you go do that right now. You can go and head over there through the link in the comments as well. But I basically got fully dressed up in the version of myself that embodies the feelings and the person who I want to be stepping into in this new year. And this upcoming year for me is all about receiving massive amounts of wealth, okay? So when I was collecting pictures for my vision board, and we'll talk about how I'm using that in a minute, for 2022, I was collecting a lot of pictures that was like this wealthy woman aesthetic. And there were like lots of pearls, lots of glitter. It was like this dark leather, like power vibe paired with like, I get to have this thing. Like it was like this certainty energy. So I was like, that's what we're embodying tonight. Did anyone see me in this outfit? Not really. Do I care? No, because I saw myself in this outfit and I danced around in this outfit and it felt freaking amazing, okay? So that's the first thing I did. Literally got all done up, makeup, hair. Like, if you think we shouldn't be doing that, like, let's chat about it. But that is the embodiment of tonight, right? I am celebrating this year for myself, and so should you. That doesn't mean that you specifically need to be dressing up if that's not your vibe, but that was what I was tapping into for tonight. So I did that. I made a beautiful dinner for myself, and then I set aside time to do my rituals. And so what that started out with was I go through a particular ritual that I'm not going to get into in this video, but it's the 12 days after Christmas, where each day represents a month of the upcoming year, and you kind of create like a little intention and a wish and a focus for each of those months. And I've done it for a couple years now, and it's really amazing to look back when you get to that month and that year and see what you wrote and really be able to like have that be a guidance system for you. If you want more information on that, let me know in the comments, and I'd be so happy to give you that information, but it's way too much to go into right now. So I started out with that, and then what I did was a card spread, and you can see that that's what's laid out in front of me right now, and it's an 11 card spread, and it basically is this process of walking through, like, where am I in my life right now? What are the things that I want to be creating? What are my fears? What are my hopes? What am I manifesting right now? What is falling away? What are the potential outcomes? And it really just allows me to kind of tap into this higher guidance and give me an overview of not only where I am in my life right now, but really attune it to what this upcoming year is about. And it always amazes me how on point it is. And I'll be really honest with you, I am a full believer in the universe and energy and how we attract and manifest the things that we desire. But I'm also a human being, which means that there's always this conscious part of me that's like, maybe this will be the time that it doesn't really, pull through for me, that there's something missing or something's off, and I can be like, there we go, it's not true. And time again, I have to laugh at myself because I just know that this is true, which is a great thing to be in that place of awareness if that's you as well. It's not a bad thing to have those kind of ego questionings coming up, simply because it means that you're then in that aware state to say, okay, cool, that's a thought that just came up, but I know that that's not true. It's just the ego that wants to challenge it. It's just my conscious mind that wants to find the logical explanation. I'm giving that up right now, right? So that's what I did now. And that's where I got this intuitive hit to give this video to you and to record it right now, just because everything is like very fresh and flowing, and like literally I'm in this bad bitch, manifesting my money energy, nothing else prepared for you. So yeah, then what I'm going to be doing, and this is something that I do every year as well, even if I'm not spending New Year's Eve alone, clearly, because this is the first time that I'm doing it. But I go around and sage my environment, and I like to set the intention, especially if there's something specific that happened in this year where I am setting the intention that I'm releasing that particular thing, that this is not something that's coming through into the new year with me. And otherwise, if you don't have something like that, just really being in that mindfulness of I'm clearing my space, positive energy, positive thoughts coming into my space now, and maybe even inviting anything that you would like to have in your space in this upcoming year. Maybe it's a person, maybe someone has passed this year and you want to have them with you as you move into this new chapter of your life. Maybe it's a theme. Maybe you have a word of your year. If you watched that video on my channel, I'll tag it right here as well, so you can go and click over to that afterwards. Maybe that's a word that you're repeating as you are saging your space. And again, if you don't have access to sage, if that's not something that's your thing, that's okay. Find your version of that. Maybe you want to use essential oils. Maybe you simply want to walk through your space and kind of like dance it out, or just like have like a moment of silence. It really gets to be totally up to you and how you want to do it. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. And the third thing that I did that is kind of a plan for tonight, and I'm sure that there'll be some other things that pop up and that will happen, is creating my vision board for 2022. And in the past, I've done this on New Year's Day. I've done it on the 31st of December. I've done it the days preceding New Year's Eve. Like, it really doesn't matter when you do it, but I figured if I'm spending this evening alone anyways, then that's a really amazing time for me to get excited about what this upcoming year is about. So I did actually go ahead earlier this week and collect a bunch of pictures. That's always how I go through the process. Some people like to get magazines and print things out. I like to keep it really simple and streamlined. I have a Pinterest board for each year, and then I use those pictures to create my vision board in Canva. And then I have a vision board for my desktop and for my screensaver on my phone. And that's going to be basically the final thing that I do tonight. I'm going to put on some music. I'm going to dance it out. I'm going to have this party that really like brings to life what it is that I'm creating in this upcoming year. And then I got a very little special something for midnight. And you can make this whatever you want it to be, whether it's a little Prosecco or champagne, or if it's a little sweet treat, or maybe you get like a cute little headband that says the year on your head, or little sparklers, or some fireworks. I don't know if anyone heard that. But essentially just having your kind of thing that you want to bring into the new year, how you want to bring in the new year. Maybe it's even sitting in meditation. That's the other thing that I was wanting to do today. I have a meditation. So there's a bunch of like little things, but the big things, the three big things were doing the card pulling and laying out the spread, saging my space, and then creating the vision board. So I'm super curious to know if you've ever had a solo New Year's Eve, how it felt. I know, like I said, from a lot of the people that I've talked to, it's kind of like an iffy, uncomfortable thing. You're like, why would you do that? Like, that sounds sad. Actually, it's not. It truly, truly isn't. And that's why I think I felt called to share this, especially right now, to kind of relay this energy that I'm in right now, which is really exciting. I feel so, so grounded in everything that is being manifested for my 2022. And I think that this was a download in itself that I received to do this New Year's Eve like this. Like, this is not something that I've been planning all year. This was something that I decided like literally a week ago. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you can get all the updates. Leave a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are on this. And don't forget to check the comment or the description section so that you can get all the links to all the fun goodies that are there for you. I'll talk to you soon.